Welcome to the Friendly Geordies podcast. How are we doing?
Can you
beg on our behalf because you're more famous? They might listen to us.
Yeah, sign up to our Patreon. If you do, you will see unbridled footage of me taking a shit. You will see that footage exclusively. There was an episode during COVID where I did that for 2 hours straight, and I don't think we said a single word. We were just laughing the whole time. Miss Love didn't remember any of it, which really does show. Man, if you can't remember that, what can he remember? And also this time I got up, and this is why we're late now, because I was just on the toilet for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you're a normal human being who isn't a big fan of watching random people have a shit, that's not what all the upload is.
No.
Not all of
That's
them.
like
That's a
only
taste.
50%.
Yeah. That's just
80% of it is that.
Come for unbridled, content that normally we're too scared to say on the normal pod.
Yep.
And it'll help us heaps.
There's a lot of sad doomer shit about how we're old.
Yes.
You gotta
so
stop
yes,
doing that.
So you
There's
young
us doing impressions of old people.
Yeah.
All right, let's
That
start
was
with
all
the
of last
that
episode.
was good. I want to hear that. I'd
You
like to
do.
hear that.
Let's
you
start with
do
the-
as well at home.
Yeah,
Let's
there's
start with
actually
the first segment.
an
After
amazing,
that, we'll do it.
amazing
All right.
thing last night.
Be that
last
way,
week.
Ali.
What is happening with this LGBTQI issues with the Labour Party?
Yeah, we don't.
census
We
probe.
leave the racist stuff for the uplates. As
No,
you
the
can see.
census, the census
What
thing.
the
You know what I'm
hell?
talking about? Okay, so
What the hell?
what's happened is that census used to have a question about your sexual orientation and gender,
Right.
and it would have all for example, you would put I'm a male lesbian.
Yes.
And that's
Obviously.
a perfectly
Yep.
respectable answer.
Yes.
Yep.
This time-
thanks for
And I put all
clarifying
of the
that.
above, as would Ali.
Yeah.
But also add, yes, I am a
No,
Muslim.
Ali-
A devout
yeah,
Muslim,
Ali would
thank
No,
say
you.
I choose the homophobic option.
Homophobic Muslim. So
Ali-
homophobic Muslim, I'm everything, and Ali, Miss Love is a male lesbian.
Yeah.
So
Ali would do
this
the
time
not-
around,
And you know what? It's technically true. He is a male lesbian. He's attracted to women. Fact.
Yeah, there you go.
that's why I said it. So this time around, they're preparing the questions for the census, which will happen in 2026, and they skipped on the sexual orientation part.
They
It's
skipped
just
it.
they went with the Ben Shapiro line, male, female, or something else. Just that's the only option.
Is that what they wrote? Instead of what?
Instead of are you binary? Not, there's a whole.
Oh, well, that's easier.
And so some members of the Labour Party and the Greens made a big fuss about it. And it seems like it's still a bit murky, but it seems like Albanese has given up and they would be in that question.
Well,
it hasn't been confirmed.
Jordan's going to be very
Anyway,
angry
so that
about
was
this.
like an
I'm sorry
uninformed-
you're not being represented, but
I was
just
one of those
try-
members.
Yeah, but just
Letting my voice heard, even though I'm not a member of the Labour Party.
So, Jordan, what's
No wonder they
happening
don't
with
listen
that?
to me.
Why do you think Labour is why is this a story?
Exactly. I think you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, that this has been a slow news week. Can you imagine a world where the worst thing that a government has done is maybe putting in a question or not that might be a bit racy, but
Right.
isn't?
Yeah.
I think we're doing pretty well, don't you?
It's kind of the thing with, I would say, a pretty good government when it's just there's nothing happening. Should we just break the fish tank or something? I'm bored. you know?
Exactly. Don't you feel like a lot of this is just people coming up with reasons to whinge and complain?
No, my question is, what is? I completely understand that this is a stupid news story and this shouldn't be a story and everything, but I'm trying to understand why the Labour government would not do it. What's the rationale?
I don't know. It's probably something. I mean,
Do you have any guesses? Because my instinct was maybe they don't want this to be a media circus. They think that Sky News will pick up on that and just
Right.
talk about how the government is,
Perhaps, but don't you think also, Ali, it's a fairly irrelevant question? Does it matter? Does it matter what percentage of the population are queer? Does that matter?
as the
they
guy
exist, we
wearing
know that.
glasses-
Huh?
as a guy wearing glasses, dude, that data is also good data.
Why is it good data? What does it help with? This is what I'm
because
wondering.
you want to know in your society what demographics you have, including people that are so things okay, if you want to set up counseling for non-binaries or whatever, how
Where
many
are all the
resources
gays?
to put in.
I think I can answer that for you, Newtown.
Well, I mean, but you want to know exactly how many there are. And also there's a weird phenomena happening where every census the LGBT so on community like keeps increasing. Like I think in the US they did a recent survey where 10% of the population identifies as like some sort of.
But I thought that was always the case.
Well, traditional.
I thought it was always
remember
10 to
when we were
15%.
growing up. I remember when I was
In
growing
Pakistan,
up.
yeah.
No, not in Pakistan. But I remember the official.
0%.
The biology stats used to be that 5% of the population
5?
anywhere. Yeah,
Really?
That
I always thought
used
it was
to
way
be-
higher than that.
no, it used to be 5.
5.
They said 5,
Okay.
Right.
but maybe it's 10. I don't know.
Here's my question.
Bill Maher
What's
did a whole thing. They said like by 2050, half of the population will be LGBT.
Yeah. It's like.
Well, we're doing our bit, aren't we, boys?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm going to write down all of the above.
Right.
You're going to write down lesbian.
Yeah.
Ali, rampant homophobe. See, this is why we need this question still on there.
Homophobic / John Howard's view.
Pro John Howard, anti-gays.
What's the point of the
Which
census?
is a weird thing because I'm pretty sure John Howard looks the most gay man in the world.
John Howard.
Dude, he
That's okay.
He looks like an old school 70s gay man / I'm not going to say it.
But everyone, this is the whole thing. Everyone in the 70s and 80s looked gay. They all had the shoe horse hair with the mustache coming out. And I don't think that they were. I think that was just the
But it was a
style at the
toss-up.
time.
It was also a toss-up, gay or pedophile. There's nothing else.
With the mustache thing?
Oh, right.
The mustache thing definitely gives off that vibe. But now it's just, now straights have co-opted the mustache. Now it's ours.
Muzzy boys.
And I really wish that we gave it back to them, especially because we don't rock it. We have a gross little pencil-y one. Now that's a pedo look. If you want the gay look, you want the nice thick one that basically is just like, do I have an upper lip? You'll never know. You want that kind of mustache. And a big one.
Wait, first tell me, go back to it. So you don't know why Labor would have changed their mind and then changed it again? What's the
No, I think
behind
it's
the scenes
entirely
story?
irrelevant, huh?
I get it's irrelevant, but like, do you have any idea what the behind the scenes stuff is? I heard.
I honestly think that it comes down to this. Is there really that much information that can be gleaned from this? Is there really any importance to it?
But do you think that's the reason?
Yeah, probably.
Bridget Miles or someone I think was saying that by adding that you're just going to complicate the questionnaire and you want the questions to be simple so people are incentivized to do it and do it right.
So in other words, it's not just like not useful, it's actually detrimental to the survey results.
Well, that's what he's saying. I'm just guessing like some Sky News watchers, like when they have that question, they'll be like, that shit, I'm not doing this anymore.
Right.
The loony left has gone insane.
The
The loony left has gone too far by asking a question that has been asking since the 80s.
I still don't know what the whole controversy is.
Exactly. I think this is
don't
exactly
know.
it. It
I
is
honestly
just
don't think
manufactured
even
media
LNP
outrage.
would care.
Huh?
As if the LNP would care.
Oh, I think Dutton would care.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Dutton, this probably keeps Dutton up
Dude,
at
there's
night.
so many homos in Australia. I think LNP is now.
Oh, yeah, especially in the Liberal Party as well.
Yeah, exactly. I
And
think
they don't want to know that. So maybe he was really passionate about keeping it off.
because the same-sex plebiscite has shown that Dutton's constituency is pro-gays. If anything,
Dutton's
it's the Labour's
constituency.
constituency. Like all the immigrants voted against gay marriage.
Yeah.
The poor whites, they voted yes.
Yeah, but wait, what are we talking about now?
I'm just saying that Dutton shouldn't be against it anyways. I think a lot of his constituency is straight up gay.
No, look, actually, to be fair to Dutton, he did push for the plebiscite. He did.
Yeah.
Well, he pushed for the plebiscite because he didn't want to be responsible for making the decision. They pushed for the plebiscite because the whole parliament were in agreement that they're going to pass through. And Dutton wanted to save face, or like the Liberal Party wanted to save face for the next election because some of their radical ones would be like, you let gay shit
but
happen. So,
unfortunately, the people have spoken and we represented
yeah,
democracy.
exactly.
Yes, yes,
So it was
yes.
like his
Nice.
way out.
It's a good
was-
punt. It's a good punt.
It was a great punt for him. Either way, I don't understand this story.
Neither do I. But again, it speaks volumes that this is the story,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really have nothing to whinge about.
What's the point of the
think-
census anyway?
Huh?
What's the point of the census? Just to check on people or something?
Just having
Yeah.
data, dude. Like
Right.
every government,
The
your
census is a
budget.
really important
I
thing.
pay my taxes when I have to sign a piece of paper now too. Can't you do that without me?
Yeah, and the thing is, I think a census is probably an outdated mode. I mean,
Surely.
Just look at our TikTok trends and guess from
Yeah,
there.
go on there.
That'll
Just
give you
look
way more
at-
data.
There's so many CCTV cameras. Get it from that.
Just ask Target. They can predict
ask
when a
Target.
woman is pregnant before she knows.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
You're
I s-
ovulating.
Dude, I
Check
steal
out
enough
these
from
new
there.
diapers.
they do that.
I steal
That's a
enough
thing.
from there. They've got my data.
Yeah, I've got more than enough photos of this male lesbian.
And
Going in there
I
to
think
buy
the cops
cheap
have your
denim.
data too now, miss.
Huh?
I think the cops have your data too now, miss.
Well, look at that picture, dude.
It's a picture of Miss getting arrested.
There's
And
a
he's got
picture.
their data as well. He'll never forget that face.
Yeah. Oh no, I won't. And I'm not letting that go either. Still want my dad to go down there and
I
let
swear,
him have it.
dude, this is something that I've noticed a lot, right? People just want to be angry. I've really noticed it. I swear that the
Man,
vast
it's not
majority of
people-
people that are into politics, the only reason that they're into it is some form of escapism, like people look at the royals or celebrities, but it has the added bonus of if you're focusing on politics, you've always got this nice out of like, this is why my shit app didn't run properly. It's because the government's corrupt.
Yeah, right.
Don't you think that that's
Probably.
a big contingency of people?
Jordan,
that
I
watch
think you'll
politics?
miss dude, there's a lot of people that are against Albanese at the moment. I was just telling Miss Love when you were shitting in the toilet.
Yeah, let's talk
There's
about
a guy.
that. Let's talk
There's a
about that.
guy who was on my Facebook. He was a Friendly Jordies fan. So he's a guy. Well, I don't know if he is or if he isn't. He probably is still a Friendly Jordies fan. I've got no reason to say that he was.
His
He
name
isn't
is
anymore.
Swollen Pickles.
Biggest.
But he put up a picture today. Actually, I'll try to find it. But it's just a picture of. It's a very ordinary picture of Albo sitting in a Hawaiian shirt, and he's like, "Y'all wanted an ordinary man. Now you have an ordinary, good-for-nothing prime minister who should have never been there."
Very
This is a guy who
astute.
probably voted.
Very good
astute
point.
Observation.
Yes.
He's
I'm just
A
saying.
professional public servant politician for the last 30
His
years.
whole life.
Yeah, absolutely hopeless, good for nothing.
Who also
knows
like
nothing about the system.
who also on like has made like a lot of broad reforms when he was like a backbencher and did heaps for the community.
Okay,
he
wait.
represented.
Okay. So he's put up this picture. I'm not going to show it on the camera because I want his identity to be real. But it's just a standard photo of Albanese.
He
right?
looks so sweet there.
Okay. Can you believe
Look
this
at him.
guy is
What an
our leader?
asshole.
At no
Sitting.
point in
Sitting
his
down
Sitting down the job.
this is a
like
guy,
an everyman.
wait, listen to the thing. This is a guy who I'm just telling you
Yeah,
what people
read
are thinking at the moment.
Goddamn thing.
Can you believe that this in capitals this guy is our leader? At no point in human history
No, here we go.
besides this point,
minister ever.
Let me
Every
finish,
prime
let me
minister is the
finish,
worst
and then you
ever.
can say it.
Read it.
At no point in human history besides this point would this guy have ever been selected leader. He is not someone to emulate at all in the slightest.
That's just a Greens voter. 100%.
Is he?
Well, it sounds like it. Yeah, it's like, okay, well, who would you rather? It's like, I'm sure that the guy would just list Greens policies and be like, well, you just don't like Labor.
Yeah, it's always the
What do you
case.
think about the criticism that Albo is basically Malcolm Turnbull?
I think that that's unbelievably stupid, and you could go
I
to
might have come up
every
with that
metric
just now,
imaginable.
but-
It's so dumb, though. I keep hearing this over and over again that it's just like, they're just liberal light. Yeah? The party that gave you $130 billion in your wages back, that completely reformed industrial relations, that allowed unions to enterprise bargain together, that's exactly the same as the Liberal Party, is it? The ones that reformed Medicare, the ones that have actually spent the money that's on infrastructure
Yeah, but,
that is allotted to
let's
it.
talk
Yeah.
about like the Albanese government. Let's
That
not
is the
talk about-
Albanese government. That's the Albanese
He gave
government.
you Medicare,
Huh?
Albanese.
No, he's reformed
I did a
Medicare.
co-payment just today.
Huh?
I had to go to the doctor, and I ended up like doing an out-of-pocket expense of $45 to see a doctor.
It's a nightmare. A nightmare.
I'm
mean,
just
I
saying,
paid for an
dude.
extremely expensive instrument after a program that has been white-anted since the Howard era, had like 6 years of reprieve, and then another decade afterwards where they were just privatising it literally in a different thousand ways, and I have to pay $45. Liberal light.
And I only get back 25 of those 45 too. Automatically to my bank account, which is insane.
Nightmare.
I mean, I hate paying for the doctors.
Did
too,
he like
but yeah,
increase the GP copay by like a threefold, I think it was. And yeah, there's more to be done. But sorry, that is what happens when you have Tory governments for the last 30 years and everyone just sits there and is just like, fix it. Fix these really complicated systems that we have been systematically voting for to fuck up for the last 30 years. We've decided we want them fixed now.
Damn.
Fucking idiot.
Dude,
Yes, I'm talking about you, the public.
You.
just saying, the perception out there is like he's more into Taylor Swift concerts than he is into like
that's-
Yeah, of course,
bureaucratic
of course
such a
they
load
are.
of crap.
Of course.
dude.
But it's just this. This is what I'm talking
I
about.
like
It
he
is
goes
a
to those
complaint culture. There is no interest whatsoever in learning about what the government is doing. It is just, let's just find reasons to shit on them. Let's invent them. I'll tell you, like, there's a very good example of this,
Well, they're
right?
not doing anything, dude. Like, there's no massive big policy change that you can even comment on. It just seems like their entire motto is, we'll do the same thing slightly better.
Well, okay, first off, if they were doing everything but slightly better, in itself, that's huge. You have to understand this as well. We live in a point...
It's moderate. It's not huge.
It's huge. If you are which is exactly what they've done, which is reconstruct the public service after it's been desecrated over the last 10 years, which is, we're talking about restaffing everything. We're talking about making super departments, so they've combined climate change, water and environment into one massive department. They've changed the Department of Home Affairs, which used to spy on you. Now it's spying on the weather instead. And they still sit there just being like, surveillance state. Why? Because they've got an agency there that people can go to when Facebook doesn't listen to them. Surveillance state. It's just, they just invent shit to complain about. Like, you've got huge policy changes on housing. You've got them completely reinventing the energy grid from scratch and building it up massively. In fact, they've just, I can't remember, I think it was like a $250 billion investment or some huge amount of money that they've put into renewables recently, like the green technology as well. They're rebuilding manufacturing. This is something that Ali has been complaining about for like 6 years, non-stop. It's just been like, you need to do something about TAFEs. You need to do something about manufacturing in this country. Guess what? They're doing it. And they're rebuilding it for the 21st century. They're investing in things like supercomputers and in hydrogen and rebuilding like a 21st century economy in all of these old country towns that you go to that have no industry anymore.
Look,
and
man,
what do they get in response? You're not doing anything. Can you look? This is it, right? I saw a survey the other day where it said, "Can you name one thing in the budget?" No. Okay. What's your perception on the government? They haven't done anything for me. I'm sorry, dickhead. If you don't fucking know anything and then you sit there and say, like, they're not doing anything, maybe it's just that you're an ignorant boo. Maybe that's the reason.
Is parental baby whatever? Is that a thing in the budget?
What?
Baby stuff.
Baby stuff?
Parental leave.
Miss, think about your
Is
question.
that a thing? Parental leave.
Yeah, they're reforming that. That is
No,
like
I'm
a
just saying,
third
like,
tier.
I know something.
NDIS, Medicare, huge policy accomplishments that, again, they get no credit for. And then the next one is going to be about
that's what I meant, yeah.
parental leave.
And be willing to face the consequence. Dude, I think like the electorate, the people, they like politicians that are willing to take some risks in hope for like a long-term future.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of like what the long-term policy plans are that weren't already set before Albanese came into power.
But that's what he's doing. Like, this is the whole thing. We learned that if the Labor government does anything that they said that they wouldn't implement before the election, what do they get in the press? Oh, broken promises. Oh, they came in, they didn't say anything about this. Now they're secretly stabbing you in the back. So Albanese came in and was like, okay, here's exactly what I'm going to do. You're not doing anything. Can you name anything that I've done? No, because you're not doing anything. It's just this dumb loop. It's this dumb loop. And then it comes to like this idea. You know what I've realized? The general population is extremely conditioned to thinking that all governments are corrupt. You know,
I'm not saying. I just feel like their whole thing right now is how to piss off the least amount of people.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't aspire to that politician. I aspire to a politician that's willing to piss off people as long as they're clear in what they're trying to achieve. And then if the people don't want it, that's fine.
Exactly. That's your view on things. Like,
yeah,
it's a very commie view on things.
Yeah.
Very commie.
I like
the idea of building a consensus amongst the constituency and saying, here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to improve your life. I think that's what a sensible, ordinary government, like a good, competent government should be doing.
We look back at the best Labour governments, and they were never those governments. It was people like Whitlam who introduced whole new things.
Who was cool.
Okay, who was cool. But then, like, who else do we look at? Paul Keating. He changed a lot of stuff in the country.
Yeah, and he had consensus.
He built it because he convinced them by sometimes scolding them and telling them, you don't know shit, this is how things are. I wish Albanese did that.
Albo does that. Have you seen him in fucking Parliament, dude?
Yeah. Well,
But this is the whole thing. This is what I do like about Keating. But again, like, Keating was not popular amongst the electorate, and it was Bob Hawke who just coasted along and had that, like, I'm everyone's mate attitude. And that's what kept that government alive. It was absolutely that. It was not that. I absolutely agree with you. I do like how Paul Keating used to just sit to the dumb beer-swilling tube jockeys that is the Australian public and saying, you're fucking idiots and you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, dude, but
You don't understand how government works. Like, you really don't understand the first thing about it.
when Hawke would scull a beer, it was fine because you had Keating in the background doing whatever he had to do. But when the guy is just sculling beers, it's like, oh, okay, where's the Keating?
Yeah. Wait, what's your point?
I don't think there is a Keating at the moment.
Yeah, there's no Keating, but that's because there is only one Keating. Keating was a world-class leader. You are never going to get that again. And it's just, this is exactly the same thing that I had with Mark, what's his name? I can't believe I've forgotten it now. Yeah, Mark Latham, when I was on a podcast with him.
That guy.
No, Mark Boris. When he was on Mark Boris, and he was just like, they're not doing anything big. They should be doing big things like Paul Keating did. And it's like, but what? You know, like, I'm sorry, we are at a point now where society has more or less decided where the boundaries are. You understand? So, like, they want Medicare. They don't want anything done with housing. They don't want anything touched on tax. What the fuck do you do? There's really not much left to do.
Go home.
That's it.
Get out of politics if you don't know what to do.
What do you mean if you don't know what to do? There's very important things that they are doing. Really important things.
Day-to-day
like, I'm sorry, but,
management.
like, government services crumbling is very important to fix. Like, you're talking about the foundations of the country.
Man, I'm not denying that they're not better than LNP, but I'm just saying, like, if you some people believe that they're the only reason why the country is together, you leave someone else is gonna fill in yours, and it'll take them 3 days to learn what you do and do the day-to-day management.
Huh?
I'm saying, like, they're not visionary leaders. They're just doing day-to-day management, and a lot of people can do that.
I'm sorry, man, but visionary leaders is rebuilding manufacturing in this country. That's visionary.
Well, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. I don't see that happening. I see a lot of talk about it. We'll see, like, maybe in 5-10 years what the effects are on the ground.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is the thing that this is Anthony Albanese's strategy. You have to understand this. He understands, like the Labor Party has understood for a very long time, that you can't Whitlam it. And if you do Whitlam it, you are punished severely with, like, a decade out of government. We can't afford another decade of the Liberal Party. If you have 10 years in government, you change the world profoundly, like what happened with John Howard. I've been looking into John Howard more now, Ali. I realise that man did profound things to this country. People always talk about his economic legacy. Now, dig this. You know how Republicans are always saying that politics flows downstream from culture? And they ascribe to that. And they're very good at doing it. And they're absolutely right. And you can see it in the electorate just going up. Just like, you know, every superfluous post-material dickhead that exists votes Greens, right? Every fuckhead that tried to start a small business thinking they were going to be like a millionaire from starting out like an off-brand car rental company and it failed, they vote for One Nation. You know? Like
They're going to say Liberal.
No, the Liberals are the ones that succeeded.
Right.
It just goes into these identities. So they're absolutely right about the idea that culture is what shapes political voting intentions and political mandates and wills. It's the culture of a place. And that's what the Republicans have ruthlessly taken advantage of for the last 40 years. This is their mantra. This is how they govern. Now, the true geniuses understand this. And this is a very Marxist thing, so you're going to like this, Ali. The culture flows downstream from economics.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah, of course.
Now, think about what John Howard did. John Howard knew that he couldn't get rid of Medicare. It was way too popular. So what did he do? He put in private rebates for private healthcare. Bullshit private healthcare company. Like, just like, don't worry about it. Even if you sign up to a private Medicare account that like a private medical company, even if it doesn't cover you for anything, just sign up to it and you get a tax break and you don't have to pay for the Medicare payment. So just do that.
Right.
So just give these private medical companies money for nothing. What a waste of money. What an absolute waste. This was one of his major policy changes. Exactly the same with public schools. You don't need public schools. I'll give you vouchers to go to private schools. I'll give you rebates to go to private schools. This is what he's spending the mining boom on. He's also spending it on, this is the big one that no one understands, and they sit there and go, oh, the reason that politicians don't touch housing is because, like, they're landlords? How dumb do you have to be? Seriously, what? They're not making these major policy reforms because they're making $300 a week on their investment property in Dubbo. So stupid. It's like the reason that they're not doing it is because John Howard, to attack superannuation, which is, again, a collective idea, genius, profound idea that Paul Keating put in, which is that he made workers part of the investor class. This is something where that's smarter than anything Marx ever said. He was just like, okay, instead of just like making the working class, everyone the working class, I suppose, let's make the working class the bourgeoisie. That's what he's doing there. That is a genius move. Obviously, this is a huge affront to the Liberals. Huge, massive affront. They don't want that shit. So what do? They turn it into housing, invest in housing. That's going to be your nest egg for when you retire, which means that every single one of these things, he is pulling people away from any sort of collective, wider narrative or wider connection that they have to community and like the society at large, or any like devotion that they have to society. Everything's about the individual. It's always just individualizing everything. This is a huge, profound shift, massive shift in the identity of this country. The identity of this country beforehand, this is something else that this historian was telling me. It was amazing. He was saying it would be bizarre to write a history of Australia and not include the union movement. Everything from the 19th century right up until World War II, that was all union built. It was all about the unions. The history of Australia is the history of unions. So what does he do? Changes.
He bashes up John Sedka's. I mean, Labor isn't doing much for the unions at the moment.
Well, okay, now let's go into the John Setka thing if you want. CFMEU, classic example. CFMEU found that there's corruption in it. This is an amazing thing that the Australian public has, where they just bash them for no matter what they do. So constantly, Labor's corrupt, Liberals are corrupt, everyone's corrupt, despite all the evidence showing otherwise. No, okay, if like a corruption agency doesn't find a politician to be corrupt, that's because the agency is corrupt. They're all corrupt, right? It's just this loop of logic that you can't break. They're always just corrupt bastards. It doesn't matter what they do. We'll set up we'll set up a national anti-corruption commission. No, that's corrupt as well. Why is that corrupt? Oh, I'll cherry pick these examples that I don't agree with their decision. That's why it's corrupt. Okay, great. Like there's nothing that they can ever do to build any goodwill ever, which again is something that Howard deliberately put in, which was that he very deliberately injected cynicism into the electorate to be like, yes, we are all bastards. Why? Because he figured out that if you are saying that they're all bastards, doesn't penalise you if you are a bastard then, because they're all bastards. It's just expected. Doesn't decrease you at all. That's the genius move. And the thing is, if you look at it historically, from the LNP in Queensland to the Liberal Party in New South Wales to federal Liberals, they are the corrupt bastards every fucking time. And then you find little pockets of Labor where there's just like, obviously there's going to be elements of corruption in public service. It's always going to be there. But then that's just magnified out to the same as like the Joe Bioki-Peterson era, Like you had Eddie O.B., this fucking faction boss that like 2 premiers tried to get rid of him. No, they're all corrupt. They're all corrupt. It's the same thing, you see? And that is because of that attitude that he put in there. But on top of that, it also, if you're saying they're all corrupt bastards, anything that the Labor government announces, because they are the vehicle that actually builds this country, that builds the big programs. If they build any big program, exactly like the NAC, it's corrupt. It's all corrupt. It's all shit. Anything that they do is ever shit. So it also disincentivizes you to do anything because you get bashed over the head for doing literally anything. So you've got that you have to deal with as well. Now when it comes to the CFMEU, the CFMEU and the Labor union movement has always been held to this double standard. I have exactly the same thing where it's like, he's paid by unions and the Labor Party. It's just like, like the press constantly. It's like, you are paid by banks, fossil fuel companies. These are your big ticket items.
Yeah, and also
gambling companies.
You're not paid by the Labor Party.
And I'm not paid by the
Yeah.
Labor Party. But it doesn't matter. I'm still paid by the Labor Party. I'm still paid by the Labor Party. Always. Always, always, always. When it comes to the unions, any inkling of corruption corrodes the entire union movement because they've just been priming the public for the last 100 years. They're a bunch of corrupt gangsters. So, you know, if you find a skerrick of evidence of corrupt gangsters, you've completely destroyed the entire union movement, and by extension, the Labor Party is also corrupt. Anyway, it was a principal move. So this is what's happened now. Labor Party's corrupt, just as corrupt as the Liberal Party. They're all corrupt, obviously. CFMEU finds evidence, there is evidence of corruption. Now, obviously, it was blown massively out of proportion by the press, as it always is, but it was still there. It was still there. And so they deal with the corruption. Then the narrative immediately becomes, how dare you deal with corruption in the unions? What the fuck is going on here?
Really?
This is exactly it. It was just like, how dare you put the union into administration?
Right.
How dare you do that? Well, and this is the Greens' argument. This is insane. Because again, the Greens are just an unprincipled, completely opportunistic cancer on democracy. They have no principles. They pretend to have principles. And it's the same type of cunt in the inner city that, like, you know, exists because of the reforms that Whitlam did, that sits there as just this sort of like endless, you know, narcissistic pig baby that also sits there and is just like, but also is morally superior to everyone else, right? And so their argument immediately switches to, oh, well, you should have let the CFMEU sort it out, which is exactly what the Labor Party did. They said, sort it out. They did no firings of their top brass. John Seck has stepped down, sure, but generally they all stayed there. You had to fall on your sword when that happened. I'm sorry, that's what happens with, like, you are set to a huge high double standard as part of a union. You are. It's not fair, but that's the reality of the situation. They didn't, and so then they go in and then they say to the Greens, let's pass a legislation together where, okay, we put the CFMEU into administration, but we will pass this. This is the genius of the Labor Party. We'll pass a legislation that is attached to that we can also put in companies that are found to be corrupt, that we can put them into administration. This is something that they should absolutely want if they have any of their quote-unquote principles. But then they realise, no, it's politically advantageous for us to make a big song and dance about how the Labor Party isn't actually the party of unions and we're the party of unions. So they denied that bill. They denied the bill that allowed them to put corrupt companies into administration. They didn't let that pass. So then the Labor Party has to go, okay, fuck, well, we really need to deal with this. Let's do a deal with the Liberals. And then they turn around and say, look, they're doing a deal with the Liberals. Let's go up. Let's do a little megaphone song and dance with the CFMEU. Oh my God, solidarity with the workers. Even though in survey after survey, it shows that surprisingly, like our audience fucking despises unions more than the average person does. But we care about the unions. It's all just about to destroy them, you know? And this is the ecosystem that the Labor Party has to come out and try and govern the country sensibly with. These kind of cunts from every spectrum, just constantly attacking them for doing the right thing, because it's expedient to attack them for doing the right thing. Because you have to remember that if the Labor Party is seen as doing the right thing, then the whole point of the Greens doesn't exist. They've got no purpose for existing because they don't. They are a cancer. So they have to keep coming up with reasons to shit on them. And so they will do little shitty things like this all the time just so they have more reasons to shit on them. Anyway.
Let him cook.
Don't you think that this is like, it's horrendous? It's
That
honestly
was
horrendous.
hectic. That was hectic,
look, man.
Bro. That was really impressive.
Yeah,
Seriously.
Look,
made some good points.
I'm not switching sides to the LNP or the Greens. I'm gonna be voting exactly how I did in the last election, which was
Independent.
Clive Palmer.
Clive Palmer.
So you know,
I want to see the dinosaur, pal.
no one needs to be worried about losing.
Would it be amazing, too? Would it be amazing if Ali does this analysis week after week, but he does vote for Clive Palmer? And it's just like, someone's got to keep an eye on the Chinese.
Hey, dude, commies would, right?
Yeah, they would.
That's how Trump.
Acceleration.
Yeah.
My second preference is always socialist parties.
Always. You can't escape it, can you? It's like what we were saying before when we were up in Canberra. It's like, you cannot escape your first impressions as a child of what politics is. It's just mar you for the rest of your life.
No, you've done. I think you've done pretty well for me.
Yeah, that's right. But it took like
like 8 years.
5 years of brainwashing
Yeah,
to stop you from like not sitting there and agreeing with any old man on a cheap golf course wearing a golf
That's
shirt.
an oxymoron. There's such thing as a cheap golf course.
Isn't there? I thought there was like really shitty ones out in like, Port Macquarie.
Yeah, no, there are, but they're not bad.
Still pricey.
I tell you what, I'll say to be the eternal centrist is like, I don't mind. I think of Albo almost as like a Labour Howard in that, he's like Howard but with the right policies. This whole slow and steady, not like ruffling the gates or whatever, like shaking the house or whatever, just like slowly building towards the right policy. That's like awesome. I think that's great.
Yeah, dude, you've got to wait for him to. Howard won how many elections? 3, 4?
Yeah.
This man has
4 elections.
Albanese has won.
Yeah, but he could. Yeah, but still, like that's
give
how.
him-
But that's how he
Dude,
got. But that's
I
how
think
he got
might not
reelected.
get elected again.
No, but that's how.
Before you start comparing him to John Howard.
Yeah, but Howard got reelected by at least appearing to be not doing anything.
See, this is the other thing that's
Different
amazing.
time.
It's just like
Different
there is
time.
this double standard
No, I
as
don't
well
think
of
so. I
like
don't
the
think it's
Liberals are
different
doing
times.
nothing. That's awesome. Labor's doing nothing. That's terrible. Do something. Oh my God, they're doing something. That's terrible.
Dude, you gotta think about it this way. John Howard's era, like pre-2008, late 90s, was golden for everyone on Earth.
It was just a good
It
time
was
for the
just
economy.
such a good time. Like you couldn't stop making money.
Yeah,
Like, it was-
true.
So that was a different era. I think this era is different.
That's
You
true.
don't need someone to just like
No, but I still think
ride the wave.
No,
You need someone to like build waves.
Nah, I know it's a bad time, inflation. I get what you're saying, but like, nah, I disagree. I think he could still coast by with, sensible policy. Not everything has to be a fucking revolution.
Again, Mislav might be onto something because I was talking to a pollster before and he was saying a lot of this is hot air. Now, again, I have a terrible track record of predicting elections and it means that they're probably going to lose because I'm saying that they'll win. But he's saying that it's just going to be a repeat of 2022. Like the ground hasn't really shifted.
That's what it feels like.
And
for
they
me.
can sit there and say Dutton's preferred prime minister now, all they like. But when really people are at the polls of the booth, what matters is trustability. And Peter Dutton is the least trusted politician in records. In the entire record of them finding trustability on politicians, Dutton loses by a mile.
Fuck, there you go.
I'm definitely not implying that Dutton is the better man for the job.
No, yeah.
All right, okay, look, let's switch some
And I
gears.
get your point, but I disagree.
You got 2 options. We can do a segment on Dreamworld Tiger Attack, or, well, that's going to be a very short one, but, or we could talk about...
I mean, the segment's over. Wow, that's crazy. Now we can
Andrew
move
Tate's-
on. Just the classic insert pod comment. That's crazy.
Bro.
Bro,
Or we talk about-
really? I know. Let's check it in. This is one for variation. That's insane.
Bro.
No, dude, I was going to... If you want to talk about that, okay, we'll do both. If you want to talk about that, I was thinking, like, you know how we've come to realization as a society that keeping orcas in captivity
Yes, is wrong.
is wrong? When are we going to, like, do tigers are not meant to be kept like that? They are. You can keep a lot of animals, including lions, like that, and it'll be fine. But a tiger is just an insane animal. It's meant for isolation.
I know, and also to ever since I think it was you that was saying that they have like a 200-kilometer radius that they go around.
Oh,
and then
snow leopards, but so tigers have big radiuses too.
Big radius, and then you see them in the zoo, and they've got that worn-out path of them walking on grass so much because they're just walking around the same circle all day.
Dude, they are. Yeah, it's insane for them. They are meant to be like going long spans. Like you can have even some would argue that a small safari park is also unfair for a tiger, but that's still I can understand. These like zoo type situations, like this is not on, dude. Like they'll attack you. That's like what the whole Tiger King documentary was about.
Yeah.
It's impossible to just keep them like that.
Yeah.
They will
I get
spin
it.
out and attack you, and when they are attacking you, they hate you.
Is that what happened?
Just like a zoo care or whatever.
In Australia?
Yeah, in Australia, in Dreamworld, Gold Coast.
Oh shit! And did he die?
Yeah, she's alive, but he just went at it.
Shit. Yeah.
And that's also not like a weird behavior. That's just expected behavior of a tiger.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, look. Also, they are an endangered species, and they do need to be bred.
Yes, but not at Gold Coast. There's other areas, bigger spaces and stuff that we can
Dude,
do.
you know what's crazy? We have a lot of land in Australia. It really doesn't have to be in the Gold Coast. They should just give it like 200
It's
kilometers.
What roller
Yeah,
coaster?
tweed heads.
Yeah.
Roller coaster / tigers. Like
Yeah,
this?
not a good combo.
No.
It's we've passed it. We've passed it. There should be no.
And also
roller
with their
coaster.
extra sensitive hearing over and over again.
Oh god, that's horrible. Yeah,
And
I'm
also-
not,
I get very sick of it being there for an hour.
yeah.
And as much as I hate to acknowledge this, but India has done some incredible work in tiger conservation. Their numbers are up.
Really?
I think
That's much so.
currently there's about 5,000 tigers in the wild in India, which is like I think 3,000 up from like a decade ago or something.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Do they go after humans or nah?
I'm clapping that.
They'll go after humans if they don't have anything else to eat.
Nothing else to eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
That's
go after
awesome.
villages all the time.
They've got a lot of cows to go for.
Yeah, cows, humans. It's just like when you keep, because like I said, they need massive spaces. And obviously India is 1.6 billion people, so they're encroaching. And at some point they run out of food. So they'll come to your town and try to get rid of your sheep, cow, whatever it is. That's on us, dude.
Do they
That's
eat
not on
trash or
them.
nah? Pure
No,
meat.
dude. They are
Well-
apex predators that like it alive.
Yeah. Nah, man. That's I gotta tell you, just close the whole Gold Coast. Just close everything. Close every single the commercial buildings, hotels. Close it all, and like turn it into
Like,
like
turn it into a nature reserve.
yeah, or like Chernobyl or something. You know.
Yeah, really?
Just nuclear
Yeah.
power.
Don't
reactor.
nuke it.
Really?
But
I
like,
like the fact that we have one
no, I don't.
horrible, sinful city.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
every society needs one of those.
Every-
Yeah, but
everyone
it's
needs a
not- but-
Vegas.
but it's
Everyone needs trash.
yeah, but we got Brisbane. I love Brisbane,
It's
but
not
come
the
on, they
same.
call it Bris Vegas. Like, there's more fun in Brisbane than the Gold Coast. This Gold Coast is
Well,
like
that's a bit cool.
what? It's
I
so
don't know, they don't
corporate
have
and watered
Big
down.
Trev at Hot Tomato FM and
Yeah, what is the party at Gold Coast?
Yeah, there's
I don't
no
think I'm-
party. There's no party. The
There's
Gold.
a- what are you talking about? Schoolies.
Yeah, there's
There we go.
hookers and coke in high rises. That's not.
That's not a party.
Not for me. Not
I
enough.
mean, I think that's literally the
Real.
definition of a party place.
Yeah, but that
Hookers
shit's
and
happening
coke.
ground level in Brisbane.
Yeah, no, they're not ground level. In Brisbane, you have to keep
Entire skyscrapers of cocaine
Bislov,
made out of cocaine.
never ground layer because you have to have Queenslanders or whatever they're called.
Oh yeah, the stilts.
The flooding is getting to them.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the ground
I
floor
love
anymore.
Brisbane. I just think the Gold Coast sucks. And you're right. Maybe how about this? If you're gonna do, Gold Coast is the town of debauchery, then make it more debaucherous. It's
I
quite
agree with that. You gotta
safe.
be, and like not with tigers.
Yeah, no with
Just
tigers.
leave the animals out of this.
Yeah.
With like, I guess
The
more
Gold
hookers
Coast-
and cocaine. I don't know how else you can add. Those are the magic ingredients.
Dude, what is crazy about the Gold Coast? Like, we've got a sex shop, but don't open it in the shop. That's not allowed. Ooh. It's just not that crazy. It's not.
What do you want?
I want more craziness.
What do you
You've
like,
got rides in the middle of the city.
I want it to be like New Orleans.
Mini golf.
I want it to be on Bourbon Street. I want it to be
You know what they should do, dude? This is gonna
Mini golf.
change. This is gonna immediately transform Gold Coast into Vegas. They should do what Malaysia does with like some islands, which is booze, tax free.
That's what they should do. Tax-free booze.
Do they do that? It will become Vegas.
Then it'd be fun.
Just in that one locality,
Yeah.
you can get tax free.
Even in a 10K radius.
Yeah, 10K radius. This is gonna start popping off.
That shit would go off.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
would Albo do it? There's gonna be so much criticism.
You know what? If Albo did it, I don't think anyone's criticizing that. He'd be in for 4 more terms.
Yeah, I reckon so too. But he won't.
Yeah, I
because
guess that's an
he's scared
example.
to do it.
That's an example where, look, that's an example where it's like,
And now
make
Miss
the
Love's
big
on our
choices.
choices.
Yeah.
all right. Okay. And we lose another vote. This is what I'm talking about. Endless complaining.
I'm not complaining. I'm just, I guess I am complaining. I'm complaining about the Gold Coast. That's all.
All right, okay.
Is that a federal thing or a state thing?
What?
Where these broad reforms?
Tax-free zone? States.
See, there you go. So Albo can't do shit, Ali.
Yeah, I know.
So
I knew that when I was saying.
And that's why Miles is losing.
Nah, well, I'll tell you, if Labour, Palaszczuk or whoever the fuck's in opposition, I know it's not her, but whoever
Dude, you know what Albo should do? Take Gold Coast away from Queensland, make it into a federal territory, and then just make it tax-free.
Yeah, that's extreme, but yeah.
And that's
I mean,
visionary
dude, like,
leader.
he would definitely win if he did
He'd
that.
win.
He would.
He'd win.
He would absolutely win.
It's already lawless as. It won't make a difference.
You know what is amazing, though? I did look at the polls.
Oh, yeah,
Man.
the polls in... yeah, they've got some nice ones up in Queensland.
Oh, in the bloody...
Actual
Yeah, well, I haven't
polls.
seen that. Yeah, see,
The surface
and
paradise.
you're saying it's not fun. People walking around on stilts. What more do you want?
Festivus for the rest of us. Sorry, go on. Stilts. Yeah.
Dude, I was looking at it. You know, really, people can sit there and have their own little conspiracy theories about, like, why Labor's losing. It always just goes down to media bias. But if you want to put it onto an event, it was The Voice, man. Miss Love was right. The Voice did fuck them. Like, I was looking at polling, and it's just like Labor up the whole time. A couple of months before Voice,
Right. Well, that's
and then just stays there.
That's
stays bad for the rest of the polling.
That's a broad reform that they did, Ali.
Dude, they didn't do it.
Well, they tried.
Yeah, I guess, but
But there you go. It was like not the pulse of the
You're
nation.
asking me a
I guess.
difficult one here. If it wouldn't have been on my top priority reform list. It would have been on the list. Don't get me wrong. I'm not racist. I'm just saying that like,
I'm not.
it's not.
That's always
like,
a good sign when they
like I
says,
feel
"I'm
like
not
diversification
racist."
of the economy would be like
Yeah.
a slightly bigger priority for me.
I mean,
'Cause I think it's
they
gonna-
probably didn't get the pulse of the nation, and there's whatever. Like it's like that stung them.
Yeah, honestly, that was it. That really, like, because the whole thing was, I think Miss Love is right. Generally, as a government, even though I'm saying that people are saying they're doing nothing, but it is always just based on vibe, it is better to do nothing or to be seen to be doing nothing. But The Voice made everyone focus on politics for a second, and people hate focusing on politics, and so it goes down. And so they think, yeah, they've done bad things.
Well, you listen to the most virtue signaling sect of his party with that one.
Yeah. And we're paying the price for it. I'll tell you what. You really got to get into Christopher Lash, Ali. I need to hear your opinions on him. I really do, because he's got this idea about the managerial class appearing. Scary stuff, man. Really scary
Who are the
stuff.
managerial class?
Greens. Like, it's people that are kind of just sort of superfluous to the economy, but still control the economy.
Oh, like us.
There's a lot of parallels between this and like the Russian Federation turning into the Soviet Union. There's a lot of parallels between that, where less and less it's people that actually control the capital that are controlling the economy. It's the people that are pushing the buttons and writing the forms. They're the ones that
What's
are
his name?
controlling the
Kevin
economy.
Nash. I thought that was a wrestler.
Christopher Lash.
Kevin
Nash.
I thought that was like a 90s
Hey, Shumi's from Nashville.
WWE wrestler.
Huh?
Anyways,
What did you think?
I thought he was like WWE wrestler from yesteryear.
That'd be a policy.
I think the
maker.
guy who
Jesus,
like
Ali's mind is such a bizarre. No wonder he has these.
Oh,
weird
white names
commie
sound
views.
alike
He's
to me.
insane. He's insane.
all of
It's this
them.
weird combination of like revolutions from the turn of the 20th century and WWE wrestling,
Just the names.
and like thinking Mall Cop is mad. And that's his brain.
Zohan.
It's an interesting
Dude,
mix.
have you seen the new Adam Sandler special?
I want to
Oh my god!
because I know it'll be
I
terrible.
watched the first 5 minutes. It starts off like a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, you watch it.
It's the guys, the Safdie brothers directed it.
Dude, it's so trash.
Guys
I
who
could
did,
barely. I don't know. Watch it because I need an opinion. I turned
What's
it
it
on.
on?
After
What's it on?
15, Netflix.
Right.
What does that sound?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that a nuclear? Is that the end of the world, or
What's happening?
is that a nuclear bomb?
Oh,
I saw.
God!
What happened?
It's a street cleaner.
Wow.
There you go.
All right,
our
okay,
tax dollars.
It's very Blade Runner,
It
isn't it?
is.
With the orange lights going.
Move on. Move on.
In another segment, because I want to get your opinion particularly on this. So this is an Andrew Tate's opinion on the Oasis reunion.
Oh, for
Dude,
you gotta listen to this.
I don't like the internet anymore.
Because it's basically what Miss Love keeps saying.
This is our day and age, isn't it? Hey, remember something from the 90s? Here's what Andrew Tate thinks about it.
Oh, listen to this. Listen to this.
Right.
The Oasis tour isn't just about their music. It's about the height of Britain. It's about nostalgia of remembering how amazing Britain was. If you didn't live it, you'll never understand it, and it can't be explained. A time when you could go down to the pub, interact with people you knew and didn't know, and have the best night of your life on 15 quid.
I mean, that's not a radical statement, but like,
You get a lot of hate for it because people are saying like, oh, okay, so 1995 when you were 10 years old.
right. True.
And secondly, he was like, also,
Yeah, I can imagine him at bars of 10.
Yeah.
I can.
and they're also saying, oh, 1995 when Britain had the highest level of stabbing rates.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
of Andrew Tate.
10-year-old little stab.
Actually, yeah.
Tabby.
I mean, I don't know.
What do you think? Because you keep on saying the same thing. You're like, the
Well,
vibe
like-
changed, man. The scene changed.
Well, like, Oasis are a hark back to a time when rock and roll was dangerous, yeah? Where it was like, and you could say the same for like, you know, I don't know, like Sticky Fingers, whatever. It's like that era of that Britpop thing. It was an era where popular music, and it was popular music, was like had artistic integrity. It wasn't completely watered down, and like drug fucked people that said fuck you to the media and did outlandish, garish things could do that.
Did you say outlandish, gayish thing?
Garish.
Oh, garish. Gotcha. Noted.
And that still exists now, but it's in the underground. It's in the underground now. It's not a big time thing. It's like it's not the same level. So like, I guess there's that. I don't know. Like, but it's like, this shouldn't be like this is not a cultural issue. It's a band that came back. Like, they're basically being like, pasties were $1 then. It's like, yeah, but like inflation and shit. Like sorry. like I know that's annoying, but like I don't see how it's a cultural issue.
Remember when pasties were $1? Now, pay £400 for shit seats to watch songs you didn't like that much.
Kind of a good point, actually. All these people that are like rushing out paying like £200, it's like, you can't, if Andrew Tate is forking out £400 to see Oasis, then like he's a massive hypocrite.
Can I also go on a limb and say, maybe I'm wrong, but like, Oasis is not that good.
Yeah, I
They have,
agree.
like, a couple of decent songs.
No. Some good albums.
Today's gonna be all right. Fine.
Some good albums.
You know what?
Some good albums.
Terry the Hat weighed in on this.
Oh, shit.
Exactly
Authority.
what Ali said.
Dude, definitely Maybe's a classic album. But yeah, anyway.
Definitely maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait.
Doesn't
What,
that sum up the 90s?
what did Terry the Hat say?
He said exactly what you said. He was like, not too fast. And I said, why? He's like, not that good, not that bad. I won't be paying £200.
That's my
And
take.
dude, they're like horrible
That's my
human
take too.
beings, both of them.
Yeah, but we love them for
Yeah,
it.
we love him for it.
Apparently, I told Miss Love before we started recording. This is Liam Gallagher. He says that he was at he hates new musicians. He was at a party. Some guy comes up. And
Nah, he
says,
doesn't hate all new musicians.
Well, he said these new guitars.
he hates
whatever.
shit musicians.
He says some guy came up to him and he was like, Liam, you've inspired me. You're the reason I got into music. And he's like, oh, really? What kind of music do you play? He's like, I'm the bassist from Maroon 5. And Liam just goes, that's fucking trash.
That's a
horrible band.
and it's a good take.
Like, why are you inspired by me? Get the hell out of here.
Good take.
He says that. He walks off.
And you hate him,
Yeah, how do
Ali?
you-
Wait. A couple of hours later,
suck.
he's going to the bathroom and he's telling the story himself. He's going to the bathroom. He sees the same guy. He's like, "You're still here? I thought I told you to get out."
Oh,
And
yes.
the guy says, "This is my house. This is my party."
Oh, no.
See, you gotta love that. You gotta love it.
All
I'll
because
give you this, though. It's hard to love.
Oh,
That's
all
so
because you
brutal.
said-
definitely maybe.
And the thing is,
Today-
I could guarantee you the bassist is such a pussy. He was like, oh, I'll just wait out on the lawn.
for sure. Yeah. No, I yeah.
and
totally.
all because all this arrogance because you wrote Wonderwall.
Nah, dude, that's
It's a basic song.
Wonderwall is a fucking overrated, but dude, Don't Look Back in Anger. Classic song.
What's that song?
You know, it's like Don't look back in anger.
Hey,
I heard
yeah.
you say. That's
That's
mad.
advice to me. Don't look back at them with anger.
Yeah.
It's a mad.
And Liam's really not. He didn't write
And then
that
who's the
song.
other guy?
Noel
Who's
did.
the other guy
Yeah,
who
you
like
can't.
speaks in a way that no one understands? That's Noel, right?
Both of them, dude. They're from.
One of them speaks English and the other one just speaks Gaelic.
Yeah,
I think.
Liam. Well, they're Northerners. Yeah, Liam's the one.
What
that's
was
just
his
like,
mad quote? I can't remember. What was the other band that was
Blur.
big at the time?
Blur.
Blur.
Who was sick too.
Yeah, there was like a reporter once that asked them, they said, you are regarded as the Beatles and the Rolling Stones of the 90s. Which one are you? And then he goes, we're the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. Blur are the monkeys.
Dude, that's awesome. You know what I like? You know what I love about Oasis? I agree. I think they got some good albums. I got into them pretty late. I think they've got some mad bangers. I saw Noel play at Coachella and it was fine. They're fine. No way I'd pay that money to see them. But it is cool that they hark back to a time where it's like everyone was being bitchy to each other in the industry. Because now everyone's kind of just like, we're all nice to it. Only rappers are holding down the like spitting
Beefs.
Yeah, I like the beefs. It's like fun. This is supposed to be fun. So it's
Yeah,
like,
but then they also kill themselves.
who
That's part of the fun.
who kills
in
themselves?
the 90s? Kurt Cobain. There was a bunch of people that killed themselves in the 90s.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of Oasis. It wasn't because some guy.
And now
was just
rappers are killing themselves.
Are they?
I think beefing leads to killing
Oh,
yourself.
true.
I don't think it's a healthy way to exist. Just be constantly envious and angry at all of your contemporaries.
Ali, we've got so little. Let us have that, please. We need it. We need some. What?
My closing.
Oh yeah,
bit,
we need this. We need it.
And thank you for concluding your thoughts on that, Bisop.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
please give us your thoughts on the latest Alien film.
Yeah. Do you want this?
There you go.
But I feel bad because you haven't seen it.
It's all right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't want to be. I really don't want to be one of this. It's
Don't
quite-
give me any like spoilers.
Okay,
but,
fine.
yeah.
But well, it's going to be kind of hard.
Uh-huh.
But don't want to be one of these people just being like, everyone's just complaining now. Let's just have some fun. Art art is like all about enjoying the art form and not being too whiny about it. But on that note, fuck, that movie sucked.
Yeah, I thought I'm surprised.
I won't, dude. It was. You're gonna be so pissed that I say this, but I think it was maybe the worst movie I've ever seen.
Whoa.
You did watch Seinfeld's new movie.
Oh god,
Oh, yeah,
that's
the
worse. That's
Pop-Tart
worse. That's
movie.
worse. Pop-Tart movie's worse, but they're close.
I like
Right.
the Pop-Tart movie.
Yeah, it's very Pop-Tart.
That was Ali's favorite movie.
I don't know how I'm going to say anything without spoilers. Okay, this is what's happened with this movie. They've
There's no aliens, first of all.
You imagine.
it's kind of true, but like
No.
Hollywood.
Alien is a bisexual man who just couldn't be recognized and thinks of himself as an alien.
Like Hollywood is just this. They're like, oh yeah, this is a known brand, so we'll get some guy from Uruguay who ruins like every movie he touches. He'll direct it, and like it'll be a cash cow because everyone knows the name, so we'll do that. In terms of derivative writing, it takes it to new heights, almost to parody.
Mm. Give me a select quote. Can you remember one?
Yeah, I remember one. They're like leaving, and the acting was really bad. Apart from one guy who he carried the movie. He was
The Uruguay guy.
No, he was the director. He was the director.
Well, keep in mind, I did watch Aliens.
Awesome.
It wasn't like it was this all-star cast of great actors. It was
Yeah.
pretty much just Sigourney Weaver.
that's a
and
good movie,
The
though.
guy from Mad About You.
Yeah, but that's true. But that was a cool movie. That was a
I
good
watched
movie.
all
Yeah,
of
but
them.
also, you talk about derivative writing. I was thinking about what are the memorable quotes
Yeah,
from the Alien franchise. They're all from Aliens.
Yeah.
And think about what they are. Tell me if I'm wrong about this, guys. These are the quotes that everyone remembers. That Latino woman with scary muscles holding a huge gun saying, "Let's rock."
yeah, but it was the time. That's cool.
It's not cool.
That was good.
It's not cool.
I think
It's
it was-
funny.
I think, it was cool then.
And then you've got that pussy guy that's overacting the whole time, being like, "Oh, I'm really scared, guys.
Yeah.
We should." It's like, dude, I get it's a scary situation. You're on a planet filled with predatory aliens.
Yeah.
Stop being such a bitch about it. You've got a gun. Relax.
Yeah.
And then he says, that's it. Game over, man.
Yeah.
Game over.
I know, but that was like the 90s, you know, it was James Cameron who directed that one. So it was like big action blockbuster. I love that shit.
It's a great film.
Yeah.
It's an absolutely great
Yeah,
film. But
yeah.
it wasn't like some, you know, scholarly work of masterful writing.
No.
Well, it shouldn't be up there with like Citizen Kane or
No,
anything.
I think Alien is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
There's no memorable lines in it though.
Yeah, that's all
And
right.
then
Yeah.
you remember all these lines, Ali?
Man, I saw it as a kid and I wanted to watch it again, but my wife keeps saying like,
Too scary.
not my genre.
Yeah.
Not
it's-
my genre.
Yeah, it's,
What's her
it's
genre again? Just
romantic comedy.
Bridgerton.
Dude, just animes, fluff movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Animes, that's not bad.
Yeah, but I don't like them.
Any.
God.
Well, that's a different
Well,
story.
no,
That's a
I'm just
different-
saying-
Ali, dude, we really should just call this podcast Slagging Asians with Ali.
Oh, if you want to make it better, shagging Asians.
No, it's Shagging Asians with Friendly George.
true, true.
Slagging with Ali.
Yeah,
And Miss Love as usual. I don't know, man. They're okay.
Indifferent with Miss Love, yeah.
And then the other one was, do you remember this?
Yeah.
They mostly come out at night. Mostly.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good line.
Damn.
Why is that
The
so
Bigfoot
memorable
guys
though?
have the same thing.
It's not bad.
Huh?
The Bigfoot guys have the same thing.
He is that little
It was a
girl.
documentary. Yeah, he's that little girl. He's my teddy bear. So
And then the
it's
classic one of her just walking around in a battle suit / forklift.
Yeah.
Where she goes, get away from her, you bitch.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I'm saying this. I don't care if it's a spoiler. They just say that line again. They say it again, almost like a joke. I saw it. I had to look at the. I was like, I just looked at the person. I'm like, did that just happen? And he says it like this, and it's not supposed to be a joke. He goes, "Get away from her, you bitch."
Yeah, because he's scared of getting cancelled.
Dude, it was. They say it again. It's like, how lazy are you? How you had millions and millions. You don't think one producer was like, maybe we don't just hark back to the movie's so bad anyway. This is just going to cheapen it. No. It got in.
It must.
And here's another line.
Yeah, again, it's just the Oasis band forming again.
Yeah, it is. That's all everything is now. It's just relived. Nothing new. And no, that's not true. There's a lot of good shit, but nothing Hollywood's doing, more or less, I think, is good. And then this is another line. This is just like, it's supposed to be all sentimental. And like, they're like talking about, setting up, they're leaving this planet. And it's like, Renzelette, have you ever seen the sun? And they're coming through because, you don't see the sun because, no explanation. I don't know. The sun, there's no sun on that planet, whatever. And then she just like looks at the sun through the thing and goes, yes, in my dreams. Shut up. It's
that's very
been done
lame.
over
It's very
and
lame.
over and over and
Yes.
over. Anyway, just so boring.
To show that you live on a bleak planet.
It was, what was a great, I saw a review on it. This is how I sum up, I didn't do it, someone else did. And it's a perfect summation of that movie. That movie is aliens, whatever, is stupid people doing stupid things. That is that movie.
I think that was a review for our podcast too.
Yeah, yeah. It's like every situation of someone doing something that no one in reality would ever do. It's so dumb. It's like, I might have to check in this dark pod for no reason. It's like, but you don't even have to go there. This is not even anyone with a sense of half a brain would just be like, I'm avoiding that because it's not necessary. I know what's going to happen. And they just go, and then die. Ooh, who saw that coming? So bad. And then like top it off with like a really, the worst part. I won't say it, but the one thing that I could excuse a lot of it, sort of. But the worst part was I won't say who it was. I won't say why. I won't say who it was, but they did the most, not only ethically inexcusable, but it looks like it was animated by a like first year, like after student. The most egregious, unbelievable, have no idea how it got through the cutting room floor, deep fake in that movie, and it's like it's almost worth to laugh at. It's almost worth seeing to laugh. It's a comedy.
What is it, Sigourney Weaver again?
No, it's not her. I won't say. I mean, I can tell you if you want, but it was, and it wasn't like a cameo. It was a main character of the film, so it was like there the whole time, and it was just like, I was like, dude, I've never animated in my life, but I guarantee you, I could do better.
Wow.
What was your budget? How did this pass? Who saw that? Choking on my own rage here. It's just like, it's so, and I'm not even a huge Alien fan. I didn't have high hopes. So
I mean, the trailer top comment said it all.
What did it say?
It was, please, for the love of God, don't be shit.
Yeah, and this trailer looked really good.
Alien 3?
I'll say one thing really quickly. One thing they did well, really quickly. The sets and the aesthetic, purely aesthetically, right? Like they used puppets, like they used like animatronics, and like aesthetically looked great, looked amazing.
CGI is good.
Well,
no, CGI's not good.
CGI
They're
is
using
bad.
the puppets, and I'm glad.
They use real things.
Very happy to hear that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the story was so bad that did not save it. I mean,
Okay.
close to save it.
Now,
Yeah. So that's my
you saw Alien Covenant.
no. Which one's that? I've seen.
I don't know, Alien 5.
No, I've never seen. I've only
Did you
seen
see
one.
Alien versus Predator?
Yeah, I've seen that in 1 and 2, maybe 3. I haven't seen Covenant or the other one. What's the other one?
Resurrection.
Romulus or some shit.
Prometheus.
I've never seen that.
Prometheus is wanky stuff.
Oh, well, I want to see it.
Wanky
Okay,
stuff.
I'm curious.
This
about
is apparently the rule of Hollywood. Get Ridley Scott to direct something, don't get him to write something.
That's a
yeah,
good idea.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
You reckon?
I think he's a really good director, but his writing can be a little bit weak.
Did he not write Blade Runner?
No.
He
man.
wrote Gladiator, right?
No.
Oh, there you go.
Everything that he's done that is absolute gold, he
Yeah,
purely directed.
mad.
But every
That's-
time he's saying, like, this is my creative project, like, it's too powerful to say anything otherwise.
That makes sense because all these movies like Napoleon, this Alien, it was like executive producer Ridley Scott. So it's like that's why it's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, Napoleon was not bad, but it was just like someone went on the
Yeah.
Napoleon's Wikipedia page
Yeah.
and wrote the script off of
Dude,
that.
Napoleon was like 10 times better than Alien.
Okay.
15
Well,
times better.
Answer me this. Why is it polarizing audiences? Because there's a lot of people that say that it's great.
Whoever says it's great, I worry for your health. I worry for your sensibilities. And if there's people, I saw that there was a high rating on this. I'm just like, it scares me to my core that I don't understand it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no excuse.
No excuse.
No.
All right, there you have it, folks.
But I want you to see it.
Yeah, I will.
I hope that you watch Alien yourself
No, don't.
and make
don't
up
do
your
it.
mind.
Alien 1.
Yeah, watch
Alien
Alien.
1.
Honestly, go and watch Alien 1. Just do that.
Yeah, do it again. You'd never get sick of it.
Awesome movie.
Always great. You know what else as well? I don't understand the hate for Alien 3.
I haven't seen it.
Don't understand
I haven't
it.
seen it.
Have you seen it?
No.
You just said Alien 3 before.
Guys, all right, this is
No, I
it.
say Alien
Instead
versus
of
Predator.
watching the new Alien, go watch Alien 3 and tell me that it's as bad as Rotten Tomatoes says it is.
I'm going to see it.
It's just not a bad
I bet
film.
it's good.
I think, well, here's the thing. It was very ambitious.
Cool.
They tried something, and it was one of those classic stories of producers got too much into it. The production company got too much into it. They got into and they made him do a different film while he's doing that film. And so he's absolutely ashamed of that film. And apparently you can go watch like a director's cut of it, and it's a much better version, but it makes the film like 4 hours long.
That's cool.
But yeah, it was supposed to be very good, and it's one of those. It's like that movie that we used to be very scared of as kids. That was about a ship that went to hell.
Event Horizon.
Event Horizon, where everybody says it is bad, and then the
Awesome.
director was saying, "Please don't judge me on that. It wasn't my movie."
Right. Yeah. Well, that was kind of like Blade Runner,
Hey, does
right?
anyone have a
It's
review
cut.
on Rings of Power?
What's that?
Those of you watching at home, it's like the Lord of the Rings
Oh
TV
my god,
show.
that is so bad.
I haven't
Is
seen
it?
it. I haven't,
Okay.
So bad.
I haven't seen it.
Thanks, for
Bridgerton
'cause
in the
apparently-
Lord of the Rings universe.
That sucks. Apparently, it's like the most expensive show ever made.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
And it looks it,
Yeah.
and what a waste of money.
Yeah, all these things look amazing. This alien looks
Honestly, do
incredible,
yourself a
but-
favor. Watch the Game of Thrones new one. It was
House of
hon-
Dragon, I saw it. I've seen it.
What do you think about this review, Ali?
bad.
It's-
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I haven't
It's
seen
Game
it.
of
I haven't
Thrones.
seen it.
Oh my god!
You know what? You know what? You-
sorry.
This is
Go,
what
You've just turned into it stinks.
I know.
It
Wait,
stinks.
say it because I have I have an opinion on it too. Go on. Say what's it?
I think that my editor nailed it when he said House of Dragon is Game of Thrones if all of the incredible scenes of Game of Thrones were taken out, but also all of the really cringy scenes of Game of Thrones were taken out.
Yeah.
So it's just
Sounds like-
all the plotting that got you intrigued in
Yeah.
the... That's it. And I like that. Those are my favorite things
Yeah.
in anything.
Well, dude,
Yeah,
I
you
think
always
they
like
had,
the
like,
plotting and...
nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
I actually because the whole if you watch the second season, it feels like a lot of foreplay without actually coming. There's just no coming in that like as in
Right.
there's no release. And I Googled that because I was like, why are they doing this? Like they keep talking about the war. It's time for war. Like you're and they didn't have for some reason they didn't have the budget for it.
Oh.
They had the budget.
That's what like the Wikipedia page said.
No way.
They didn't have the
war.
budget for it.
No war.
Yeah, because the war was going to cost a lot of money.
I mean, look, I don't think that the wars are ever that great. There's very few. Maybe in Troy,
No,
the
it's
war
not,
was
I'm not
great.
saying like I'm
But
not saying like
most
I
of the battlefield scenes are not particularly
No, dude, but like,
I don't know
okay,
about
if you watch it in
that.
the context, if you watch the season 2 of House of Dragon, there's a lot of talk about the war is coming, and the lady saying like, no, but the main character says, no, we don't need to have war. We can still see. I don't want to burn King's Landing and all that shit. It's like everyone, including the audience, knows at that point, like, lady, the war is happening whether you like it or not. You may as well get on it. And so that's why you keep waiting for the war, not because I'm like I want to see blood. It's because like that's the natural progression of this story. This war needs to happen now.
Yeah, but season 3.
No, it should have happened. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
You know what, can I say one thing? This is what I'm going to say, and you won't like this take, but I've had time to think about this. Don't see Alien. Go and rewatch Dune 2. I actually think it's fucking amazing.
Oh,
Dude, Dune 2 is
It's amazing.
Like, yeah,
It's amazing.
That's one of the greatest.
His take's wrong.
Dude,
it's amazing. If you want an amazing sci-fi movie, just go
You know
watch
what
that.
I was impressed by? Dune 2 is I think number 50 on IMDb top 250 of all times.
I agree with that. Now, I agree with that now. I think it's awesome. That's awesome. Go watch
no,
that.
go watch the 80s, Dune. It's way better.
Yeah, right. I'll kill him.
How is that not
All right,
better?
everyone,
It's
thank you
just
for
not.
I'll tell you
Dude,
this.
it's
a
not.
better actor than Timothy Chalamet.
No.
Sting is a better actor than Timothy Chalamet. And